in ages problems, we will be having more statements. So more data will be given in the form of a narration. So we have to understand that and proceed. So basically in the ages problems, questions are narrated more with story. So if you observe the questions which are related to ages, so if you observe the questions which are related to ages, so you will be having the questions on ages where the questions are given in the form of statements, options are given in numbers. So that means if you can observe here, I'm just making you to go through some questions. So Ram's age is 3 times of Anil age. In 12 years, Ram's age is double the age of Anil. What is Ram's present age? That means there is some narration of the story. Using that narration of the story, they will be expecting us to so and so ages of the candidate. So that is one type of question which you are going to see. So in order to solve this type of questions, what we can do and how can we proceed with the solution of those questions, we'll try to understand. So before we are proceeding with this type of questions, let me ask you a very simple question. I'm just asking a very simple question. So please observe the question which is available on the screen. If you have any question as like this, x square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. So the question here is find the value of x. Find the value of x. And we have an option choices here. The first option is given as 1, second option is given as 4, third option is given as 3, and fourth option is given as 0. So what is the value of x is a question. What is the value of x is a question. So what we can do is x square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0 is a given equation. They are asking us to find out the value of x. So one way of looking at the question will be like this. So we can find out the value of x just by using the quadratic equation. So we have a quadratic equation as x square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to understand. So finding the value of x is required. So x square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0 is a given quadratic equation. So whenever we deal with the quadratic equation, so if you want to find out the value of x, there is one method which we already studied in the school standard. Whenever you see any equation as ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, if this is a quadratic equation, in order to find out the value of x, we can use a formula minus b plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. This is a method one. So that means if you have this quadratic equation, we can find out the two values of x just by substituting here. So that means x value will be equal to minus of minus 5 plus or minus under root of b square, that is 25 minus 4 times 6 into 1, 24 divided by 2. So this will give a result as 5 plus or minus 1 divided by 2. So this is giving a result as going to be 6 by 2 in one case or otherwise 4 by 2 in the other case. That means the value of x will be 3 or 2. X will be 3 or 2. So there are two values of x are possible because x square. So the highest power is 2. You are going to have two solutions. Those two solutions are nothing but x is equal to 2 and x is equal to 3. X is equal to 2 and x is equal to 3. So if you observe, what is the method 2 of solvation? So method 2 of solvation is nothing but just using the splitting this quadratic equation into two linear factors. So x square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. If you can take these values, so x square minus 3x minus 2x plus 6 is equal to 0. So from this, if you take out x as a common factor, x minus 3. From this, if you take 2 as a common factor, x minus 3 is equal to 0. X minus 3 into x minus 2 is equal to 0. So from this, x is equal to 3 and x is equal to 2. These two are the values of x. So this is conventional approach of solving. Either it is method 1 or method 2. Both are conventional approaches of solving. But whenever you see any variable question, like especially algebra question, so you don't need to use all this conventional approach in solving the question. You can just solve the question by using one simple strategy, that strategy named as plugin. By using a very simple strategy, that strategy name is plugin. So you can use the plugin strategy in solving the question. So what is plugin strategy? So plugin strategy is nothing but, for example, if you have anything as like this, so if you have anything as like this, so let's assume that 9x plus 1 is equal to 10. So in this, what is the value of x is the question. So this is a given expression, equation for us. They are expecting us to find out what is the value of x in this case. So you can just observe 9x plus 1 is equal to 10. So from this data, we can definitely write 9x is equal to 10 minus 1, that is equal to 9. So from this data, we can say x value is equal to 1. From this data, we can say x value is equal to 1. So you can resubstitute that and you can make, if you get x value as 1, so x is going to be treated as root, or otherwise we can call this as a solution of the given expression, root or solution of the given expression. So x is equal to 1, you can substitute here 9 into 1 plus 1, that is giving a result as 10. So that is going to be your answer. So like that, whenever you have any kind of equation, you can use this kind of approach in proceeding with the solution. So what I want to tell you from this is, whatever is a root or solution of the given equation, if you substitute or plug in that value, that must satisfy. That means, as I told you in the previous, 9x plus 1 is equal to 10. The value of x is going to be 1. If I plug that value of 1 here, so 9 into 1 plus 1 is going to be 10. Left hand side should match with the right hand side. So it is satisfying, then only we can call it as a solution or root of the given expression or equation. So if it is a root, it must satisfy. So this is the only point which I am using in solving the questions of algebra, especially the satisfactory based conditions. I'm using a simple plugin strategy in solving the question. So soon you will realize why I'm trying to discuss about this and how this discussion is going to be helpful for us in solving the questions of ages problems also. We will get a clarity. So x square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. They are expecting us to find out value of x. So x is going to be the root or solution of the given equation. So x values are available in the option choices. X is going to be 1 here and 4 here and 3 here and 0 here. So any one of this will be definitely a solution. What is that is the question. So instead of solving the question by using the traditional conventional approach, what I suggest you to do is you just go with a plugin strategy and check out where it is satisfying exactly. You can mark that as an answer choice. That means let's assume x is equal to 1. If you substitute that here, so 1 minus 5 plus 6 is equal to 0. Is it satisfying? No. If it is not satisfying, eliminate this option, go for the next option. Let's plug it as 4. 4 square 16, 5 into 4, 20 plus 6. Is it equal to 0? No. That means this is also not a correct answer. Let's plug 3. So if I plug 3, 3 square 9 and 5 into 3, 15 plus 6. Is it equal to 0? Yes, it is equal to 0. So definitely your answer choice is option C. You can eliminate all. So what I'm trying to understand here is, whenever you have any expression or any equation, whether it is a quadratic equation or it is a linear equation, so by looking at the option choices, you can use the plugin strategy and you can proceed with the solution of the question. So this is one point which I want to tell you. Sir, why we are discussing this? See, this I'm discussing whenever I have any question which is in the form of variables. So solvation of this is not required. What we can do is we can go with a strategy of plugin and we can mark the answer choice. We can go with a strategy of plugin and we can mark the answer choice. So that is a one trick which we can use in solving the questions which are related to this. Variable question is there. We can use the plugin strategy and we can proceed with the answer choice. We can proceed with the answer choice. So if you observe the questions which are given in ages, especially ages questions. So ages questions, most of the questions which are projected in ages are narrated in the form of words, So what is the skill required in solving these questions is, one is you have to understand words. So let me show some questions so that you will get clarity what is the meaning of projecting the question in the form of words. So if you observe problems which are related to ages, so you can observe the question. If you can observe the question, so where you will be able to see more statements. Ram age is 3 times of Anil. In 12 years Ram age is double the age of Anil. What is Ram's present age? Or Ravi age is 6 times of Arun. So all the questions, whatever the questions you take, where more narration of the story will be there. So that means more sentences are going to be involved. So when that's the reason I just mentioned it as all the ages problems, the question is narrated with more story. That story is nothing but question is narrated with words. Question is narrated with words. And your options are given in the form of a numbers. Question is narrated in words. Options are given in the form of a numbers. Options are given in the form of a numbers. So that is the reason. So what I suggest you to do is, if you look at these words, we can convert into equations. If you can convert this idea of solving the questions is all the ages problems, question is narrated in words. All the ages problems, question is narrated in words. All the ages problems. If you can observe the question is narrated in words. Question is narrated in words. That means sentences. Options are given in numbers. Options are given in numbers. Given in numbers. So this is one thing which I understood from the previous. So what I suggest is, actually previous discussion is when we have a question in variables, options are in numbers, you no need to solve, you can just go with the plugin strategy. The same thing which I want to implement here, but only the thing is I have the question in words. Let me convert these words in the form of a variables, then I can use the previous strategy which I have used for x square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. That means when the question is converted in the form of variables where equations are there, options are given in the form of a numbers. Now you can use a strategy of plugin and proceed with the solution. Now you can use a strategy of plugin and proceed with the solution. But while we are converting these words into variables, there is one skill required, that is nothing but you have to know about a concept called algebraic translation. What is algebraic translation? Is algebraic translations is nothing but converting the words into equations. Converting the words into equations. So there are some translations which I am trying to help you out, which I want to mention here, so that you can feel comfortable in proceeding with the solution. So let's look at some of the translations which are available. So if you observe anything as like this, if you observe anything as like this, any word and equivalent mathematical symbol, any word and equivalent mathematical symbol. If you see any word as is, so is or was or will, is, was, will, all can are equal, all these can be replaced with a symbol called equality. Is, was, will are equal, all these can be replaced with a symbol called equality. If you see any word as add or more than or greater than, all these can be replaced, greater than, all these can be replaced with a symbol called plus. If you find any word as few or less, fewer or lesser, this can be replaced with a symbol called minus. If you find any word as of or times or product, this can be replaced with a symbol. This can be replaced with a symbol called multiplication. If you find any word as per or division, so per or division, we can just replace this with a division symbol. And if you find any unknown quantity like what or how many or how much, this can be replaced with a symbol called x or y or z, which is the required quantity for us. That means, for example, let me take an example here so that you will get a clarity. For example, if you have any question which is projected as in this way, so one number, just for getting a clarity, what is algebraic translation? One number is six more than twice the other number. One number is 6 more than twice the other number. One number is 6 more than twice the other number. One number is 6 more than twice the other number. How can we take this equation? So one number is 6 more than twice the other number. So one number value we don't know. Let's assume it as n1. The other number value also we don't know. So let's assume it as n. So as per the given data, one number is. What is indicates? Is nothing but equality. One number is. Framing equation using the words is a skill required, my dear. So one number is, n1 is 6 more than 6 plus twice the other number, 2 times the other number. So this is what the equation which is required. So most of the cases, all the words we can convert or frame the equations. So that is a skill which is required in solving the question. So framing the equation using the given statements. Framing the equation using the given statements. So that is a one thing which is required. Once if you have a skill of this, you can feel very comfortable in solving the questions of ages, because all the word problems we can convert this into equations. That means converting these words into equations require the skill of algebraic translation. So once you convert into equation, you can directly solve the question using plugin strategy, because we have anyways option choices in the DOM. So this is one thing, one idea which we can use in solving the question. You will get a clarity on the idea when we are solving the questions. Don't worry about it. And the second point which I want to tell you is, whenever we are solving the problems on ages, So by looking at the number of people involved in the data, you can understand how many different variables are you are going to find in the equation. So, and all the ages problems, you can always start with the present age of the candidate. So all the problems which are related to when you are solving the problems on ages, follow the steps. So always start the question. If any person is involved in the data, always start the question by taking the present age. For example, present age of the candidate is X years. So just observe this. If present age of the candidate is X years, what is the age of the candidate after n years of time, if it is a question? So after n years of time, the age of the candidate will be equal to X plus n. So what is the age of the same candidate before n years, if it is a question? Before n years, the age of the candidate will be equal to X minus n. So what I want to tell you is, start always with the present age. If it is after, it is talking about future, you can just add. If it is before, it is talking about past, and this is going to be present. So if it is talking about past, you can go back and take the back. So always start with the present age. So if it is after, take plus. If it is before, take minus. Okay. Always start with the present. If it is after, take plus. If it is before, take minus. Okay. What is the use of this, and where all we can use the plus sign? So only two operations are involved. What are the two operations? Is one is minus, the other one is plus. When we are using plus, if you see any statement as after, we can use plus. If you see any statement which is before, you can use minus. Or if you see any statement as hence, then we can use plus sign. If you see any statement as ago, we can use minus sign. If you see any statement as ago, you can use minus sign. If you see any statement, he is exceeded the age of the other candidate, exceeded. So, or he is fewer than the age of the candidate, or he is younger than me. Younger is indicating lower. So he is older or elder than me, elder or older. We can take a plus sign. So these are the basic signs which you can use when you see any statements, especially in the language of ages problems. So normally when we are solving the ages problems, we come across with these kind of words. When you see these kind of words, where you can use plus sign, where you can use minus sign, you can get an understanding. So let's start our session by taking some questions which are related to the first type. So what is the first type of question? Is type 1 question, where the question is narrated, type 1 question, where the question is narrated in the form of words and options are given in numbers. So use the algebraic translation, convert these words into equations. Anyways, options will be available. You can use the plugin strategy in making the answer. So let's start with the discussion by taking the first question available, first model. Problems which are related to ages. Making equation using the given statements is the type 1 question of a word problems. Look at the first question which is available on the screen. We can use different kinds of shortcuts. We'll discuss all those shortcuts so that you will get clarity in solving the question. Ram's age is 3 times of Anil age. In 12 years, Ram's age will be double the age of Anil. What is the Ram's present age? Look at the question. Try to tell me the answer. Okay, nice, good response from the students. Ram's age is 3 times of Anil age. In 12 years, Ram's age will be double the age of Anil. What is Ram's present age is the question. So we can just observe Ram's age is 3 times of Anil age. So we can say Ram's age we don't know. I told you already, always start the question by taking the present age. So I don't know what is the Ram's present age. Let's assume Ram's age is R. I don't know what is Anil's percentage. Let's assume Anil percentage is A. So as per the data, Ram's age is 3 times of Anil age, 3A, in 12 years. So if Ram is R now, in 12 years, the age of the Ram is going to be R plus 12. and age of the Anil will be equal to A plus 12. So as per the statement, we have a data that in 12 years, Ram's age will indicates equality. Double means two times of Anil age. See, if you have any statement in 12 years, see for example, your age is 20 years, your father age is 40 years. After 45 years, what is the age of you and your father? Your age is 20 years, your father age is 40 years. After 5 years, what is the age of you and your father? You will be at 25 and your father will be at 45. He won't be at 40, right? So whenever any increase of the age is there in 12 years, in 5 years, in 6 years, all the person's age will be increased by that number. Most of the students are doing one common mistake. So the second statement, this is a first equation, this is a second equation. So sometimes by mistake students are doing r plus 12 is 2 times of Anil age, 2 times of A. So this is a common possible mistake from the students. Please avoid doing this mistake. Okay, if age is increased, it will be increased to all the people who are involved in the data, not for a single person. Okay, this is a common mistake. Avoid doing this mistake. If you do with this mistake, you will get an answer that also will be available in the option choices. So don't forget. So first equation, Ram's age is 3 times of Anil age, 3a. This is the equation number 1. And the second equation, in 12 years, R will become R plus 12. He will be double the age of the Anil. So A plus 12. This is the equation number 2. What is required? Ram's percentage is required. What is Ram's percentage? R. They are expecting us to find out R value. So let me substitute. R is equal to 3a. Let me substitute here. So 3a plus 12 should be equal to 2a plus 24. From this data, I can comfortably say A value is going to be 12. Once you know that A value is going to be 12, R value is going to be 3 into 12, that is going to be 36, which is available as option C. You can mark it as answer. So what is required skill is framing equations is required skill. Once you are capable of framing the equation, then solving the question is going to be very easy. So that is one approach. So what we have done, Ram's age is 3 times of Anil age, equation number 1. Frame the equation. Ram's age, that means R, is indicate equality, 3 indicates 3, times or of or product indicates the multiplication, 3 times of Anil. In 12 years, if present ages of Ram and Anil is R comma A, so in 12 years, Ram will be R plus 12, Anil will be A plus 12. This is one thing, you just keep it in. So Ram's age will be, that means R plus 12 will be indicates equality, double 2 times of Anil age, A plus 12. So this is what the equation 2 required. So if you can solve these two, you can able to get answer. If you can solve these two, you can able to get answer. So one is, just now I have shown the method where I am solving. If you are not interested of solving the question, what we can do is, he is asking Ram's age, right? Ram's age is a 3 multiplier. So which of the following is 3 multiplier? 36 and 27 are 3 multiplier. Right. So let's assume this is going to be 27. So 27 is the correct answer. In that case, if it is 27, this is 3 times of 9 is 27, right? So A value is 9. So R is going to be 27 means A value is going to be 9. If I substitute in the second equation, it must satisfy, otherwise it is not a correct answer. 27 plus 12, that is going to be 39, should be equal to 2 times of 39 should be equal to 2 times of A plus 12. A plus 12 means it's going to be 9 plus 12, that is going to be 21. So it is also not matching. You can eliminate this option from the scenario. So definitely this is eliminated. Left over is your answer. Mark your answer choices. Option. So that is one approach, or otherwise you can use one more strategy. That's nothing but just a common sense strategy. So common sense strategy is nothing but Ram's age is 3 times of Anil. That means Ram's age is going to be required quantity. It is a 3 multiplier. You can simply eliminate these two options. So either 27 or 36 is the answers. In 12 years, if you assume 27 is a age, in 12 years, what is the age? It is going to be 39. Is 39 is going to be. So I'm just using a plugin strategy here. Ram's age is 3 times of Anil age. So if you assume Ram's age is 27, then the Anil age should be 9. In 12 years, he will be at 39. In 12 years, he will be 12 plus this, he will be at 21. Is 39 is 3 times of 21? No, double the age of Anil. It's not matching. Eliminate this option. So these are eliminated. This should be the answer. If you want to cross check, you can again cross check with this. Ram's age is 3 times of Anil age. Let's assume this is 36. Then this will be 12. In 12 years, what is this? 48. In 12 years, what is this? 24. Is 48 is double the 24? Yes, for sure. Mark it as option C. So you can use plugins or otherwise you can frame equation and proceed. Let's take one more question to get more clarity on the question. I'm looking for your responses. Look at the question. Tell me the answer for the question. What is the answer, Chase? Please try to understand the question. Very simple question. First of all, observe how many people are involved. One is Ravi and Arun. So let's start with the present ages. Present age of these two is going to be R and A. As per this data, Ravi age is indicate equality 6 times 6 into 8. Ravi age is 6 times of Arun age 16. After 18 years, after 18 years means the Ravi age will be R plus 18, Arun age will be A plus 18. After 18 years, Ravi age will be, that means R plus 18 will be 3 times of Arun age, A plus 18. What is the present age of Ravi is the question. So this is equation 1, this is equation 2. You can solve these two equations and proceed with the solution. So how to solve? R is equal to 6A. This is there, right? You can substitute here. 6A plus 18 should be equal to 3A plus 54. So from this data, I can say 3A is equal to 36. So A is going to be 12. What is required quantity for us? Rabi age. That is 6 into 12, 72. Mark it as option A. How I am getting that? Using this. Or otherwise, you can also observe Ravi age is 6 times of Arun age. They are expecting Ravi present age. 6 times of Arun age is, it must be 6 multiplied. What are the numbers going in 6 table? 72 and 54. Let's assume Ravi age is 72. So Ravi age is 6 times of Arun age. That means 6 times of what? 6 times of 9. So 6 times of what? 6 times of 12. 6 times of 12. Ravi age is, let's assume Ravi age is going to be 72. It is 6A. 6A is equal to 72 means A value must be equal to how much? It should be 12. So as per the data, in 12, 18 years, after 18 years, what is the age of Ravi? 90. After 18 years, what is the age of this guy? 30. After 18 years, Ravi age is 3 times of our age. So Ravi age is 3 times of our age. 90 is 3 times of 30. It's exactly matching. Mark your answer choices. Option B, eliminate the leftover. Because one is correct answer means obviously the next one is going to be not a correct answer. Eliminate. Look at the next question available on the screen. You can just use common sense so that you can able to make the answer choices easily. Very simple question. So the age of the woman is 4 times of the daughter. So woman age I don't know. Let's assume this as 4 times of daughter. 5 years ago. That means woman age right now if it is W. Present age of the woman and daughter if you assume are given. So these are the practice questions. You can just observe. Question number 1, we can take it as practice purpose. Practice question 1. You can take the photo or screenshot. Practice question 2. Practice question 3. Practice question 3 is a previous TCS question. Try for this question. Anyways, we'll have a discussion with this question in the next class. Thank you so much, my dear students. See you in the next session. I hope the session is clear. Okay, I'll upload. Video links are not available, Miss Josna Reddy.